Hey Joel, Blake here, mate. Hope everything is well on your end. I've just now going through your website review, and as we discussed, I was to just do a review on your product page, but and I've obviously done that, but and we'll go through that in a second. But I just wanted to go through some stuff I've seen on your home page as well, just to give my advice here, because I think obviously the home page is to some extent what a lot of your customers will be seeing first up. So being the lead in to your product page, you want to make sure that your homepage is also as effective as possible. So, just a couple of things that I'm looking at right now. So, with your logo here, Heli Mate, that's a really nice looking logo, really nice, clean, and simple. Um, and obviously, when you come to your homepage, you know the customer's got a strong sense of what you do by looking at the sliders and so forth. But what I was thinking is that it it'd probably be a good idea to put some sort of a tagline in under your logo, because your logo is telling everyone who you are, but the tagline then tells everyone else what you actually do. So, um, for example, you might have something like Australia's number one choice for your RC heli needs, or something along those lines. I mean, I'll leave that with you in terms of coming up with your actual tagline, because you obviously know the customer better than I do. But what a tagline can do is create empathy with the user, or the customer who's coming along to the website. Obviously, what you're looking to do at all times when you're selling something is to really be the authority and be at the forefront for your particular niche. And if you're displaying that you um, care about your customer, and that your service is there for your customer, and what you do is for your customer, and you're reaching out to them, then you're likely to see a lot more success with your sales. And by putting in the tagline, you're and doing it effectively, you're actually reaching out to the customer and saying, "Hey, this is what we can do for you." So just something to keep in mind there, and I think that'll be pretty effective if you put something in like that in there. Um, Another thing I've seen as well, you've got the testimonials link here, um, which is good. Again, just initially coming to the website, people are more likely to sort of move around and down rather than click on some links at the top. So you might want to even put, say, a testimonial in one of the sliders next, because you've got heaps of room here. Next to one of your pictures, just one of the short ones, just for a bit of social proof, for people coming to the website. Also, with the phone number in the nav, I'd probably, I know it's a clickable link. Um, Actually, no, it's not. Okay, I thought it was a clickable link. Um, I'd probably move that and put it somewhere up in the space up here, just because it kind of gets lost in the nav. And obviously, the phone number is quite important for people. Again, comes in a bit of social proof, and that you're obviously a real business, etc., etc. Um, but yeah, to me, that kind of gets lost within the nav. So you obviously want to make that stand out. So I'd be putting that up um, around here, somewhere in this sort of gap, if you can possibly get your designer to fix that up. And just scrolling further down the page as well, you've got some credit indicators down here, which are obviously pretty important. Um, I've seen that you've got the shipping one. I really like this one actually. How you've got this credit indicator linked to whatever state in Australia the person's from. That's a really cool feature. I haven't seen much of that before, but just things like secure payment, and any sort of guarantees, try and put them up front, above the fold. If you can maybe sort of fit them in, um, your reasoning for why buy from us, type thing. I mean, you've got fast shipping, that kind of thing, but maybe make this sort of stand out a little bit more. Um, Again, it's not an overly pressing issue. It's just my advice on sort of what I would look to do. But overall, the homepage looks nice and clean and clear. But definitely have a look at that tagline. Have a look at removing the phone number from the nav, and get some testimonials down there as well. I see you've got, it looks like you've got Zendesk or some sort of feedback feature here, which is good. So customers can obviously click on that. So that's fine. All right, so let's have a look at the product page now. Okay, when I'm looking at a website like this, particularly with e-commerce, um, when I come to a product page, the first question I always ask is, okay, how do I buy? Now, what's immediately obvious to me is that there's no option here to buy straight away. You've got the super easy returns policy up here with this big button here. That stands out and people are likely to sort of press on that. That's great. But your add to cart's actually below the fold, and it's also really small compared to this super easy returns policy. What I'd be looking at doing straight away, and I guarantee you're likely to see a massive increase in conversions, is to actually swap those two over. So put this section here, including the options, up here where the returns policy is, and put the returns policy button down the bottom here somewhere. And again, I guarantee you're likely to see a really big boost in conversions if you actually do that. Now, I know we've had a discussion via email as well, just in relation to the options that you've got here. As I pointed out, you're likely to find that the more options you provide, then the less conversions you'll have, particularly on a smaller priced item like the RC Helis as well. What I'd be looking to do is, and again, this really comes down to your competition and your margins and so forth. But I'll be trying to actually package everything into a one-off pack. So what I mean by that is that you might say charge $79.95 and you get the crash repair kit plus the spare batteries included. And just on the spare batteries, one thing I did notice too was on your frequently asked question page, you've got here about how we carry spare batteries for most of the helicopters, which can double your flying time. Now, for me, that's as a potential customer, um, that's a huge benefit. If you can supply me with some more batteries, and again, thinking about it from a value add point of view, where you can maybe up your price a little bit for the helicopter and the helicopter pack, and include the the batteries for that, and just actually really spell it out to the customer on the product page that spare batteries are included. I think that that's a massive bonus because I've looked at some of your competition and no one's doing that at all. So to me, again, you might even want to put in here in these little features you've got here, or just add a brand new one that says, free spare batteries, or some sort of even a credit indicator up here. All helicopters include spare batteries, something like that, just to really get people's attention. And again, that's a feature that no one else is really incorporating into their products or their RC helicopter products. But definitely change this around. That's a huge thing for me. Again, it's put it above the fold, because then as soon as someone comes to a product page, um, you're likely to find they'll just be able to go bang, click buy, and it's basically done. For a lot of these kind of products as well, it's obviously more of an emotional buy. Um, so people will see something like this and go, "Oh, cool, that looks really good." Bang, they're not even really going to potentially read a lot of the stuff down here, and because your images are so good as well, you'll find that people will come across the page, see the images, and just really like the product and end up buying from there. So definitely have a look at swapping those around. Have your designer. Um, I know you've got a pretty cool UI designer that you've been using, so get them to change that and get that all organized. And yeah, look, the video demos are cool. You've got the details of the crash repair kit. So look, everything else is pretty cool. I like the pricing structure here with the sort of special price. That's cool. But again, the big thing for me is definitely get that add to cart button up in this section here, and you're likely to see a massive increase in conversions. So that's it from me. If you have any questions or any queries in relation to the review, just shoot me an email, or you can catch me on Skype. Um, but look, yeah, put those changes in. I think you'll likely see a lot more sales coming through, and looking forward to talking to you soon. Cheers, Joel.